Why are so many people stapled to their screens? When are we ever going to move away from this overconsumption of digital media? How is it that society has bent its knee to electronics for so many years now? These are some of the horrific questions that boggle the minds of overly protective parents and TV guidance counselors. But there is some level of groundedness to them. Technology has helped advance our daily lives and make it far more convenient, whether it be helping people stabilize the world of computer programming, or make it far more easier to gain the medical equipment that they need. But it is this process that has slowly destabilized one area that is very important to me, entertainment and two areas, entertainment and communication. It's these fields that are slowly being oversaturated by applications and streaming services that destabilize our true enjoyment of entertainment. Sure, there are many people that say, I don't have access to everything. Well, there are certainly methods to true enjoyment that I'm going to help explore today. The three main points of contention are society's emphasis on convenience over substance, the connection people have to their entertainment or conversations, and how we are clinging to technology, especially during hard times like right now. First, we are living in a convenience-centered society that rewards speed over simplicity and simplicity over substance. It's this sort of focus on getting people what they want as soon as and whenever they want that slowly boggles my mind. What will happen to small mom and pop businesses? Will they just go out of business entirely? Maybe so. But it's this level of enjoyment that we have with music and TV shows that's also going to go down now that we just have access to everything. A story I've heard from my father is when he went to a Foo Fighters concert and talked about how Dave Grohl himself sang happy birthday to his mom, as well as talk about personal stories of how he came to Foo Fighters now and where music in his mind even came from. It's these personal experiences that allow us to consider whether or not we should try and invest more of our in-person time to really enjoying things and gaining those life experiences. But it's this overbursting of technology like social media that has boggled everything down, and it's even gotten into our government. The regulations of the internet will slowly become crucial after this pandemic, says Rahul Dey from Indian Institute of Management. It's this surveillance and bandwidth and all of this data that's being put in that's slowly going to burn away our chances of really being able to enjoy anything past the lines of electronic entertainment. But is it foolproof? Not at all. Much like everything in life, we have faults, glitches, bugs, etc., etc. But so do these revolutionary inventions that spawn every single day, from the iPhone to the very making of the internet as a whole. We cannot avoid these, and parasites will constantly evolve past the point where we're just going to have to try and fix it again. The cloud is the prime example that I'll be talking about right now, touted as the pinnacle of digital storage space. But so that may be, and it could just be very well all around us. It is not without faults. Sarah Levinsky from Fawn.Hub wrote about the many issues that plague this server space in 2019, stating there are lots of arguments against cloud computing, one of which is the wide-span online grasp that it has. Each component that is on cloud computing can be exposed to a wide range of issues. That is a wide open opportunity for attacks on data or activity stored on the servers. It is without question that the internet is vulnerable. We can enjoy these life experiences without having to phase ourselves, worrying if our line of entertainment is going to be cut off. And it's also the potential missteps that we can have with things like social media, a form of entertainment for plenty of people. Things like TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're all part of the main equation. But now we've considered some of the problems going on. We understand that this pandemic is going to get better. But will we be clinging the same way to technology or entertainment after after things start opening up? It should not be implausible to say that entertainment can go back to the way it was, to where we can enjoy it in person, have live studio audiences, go to concerts, instead of getting no satisfaction out of yelling at our TV screen when it freezes over the internet. So I looked into the psychology of enjoyment, and it led me to 2014, with the Encyclopedia of Quality of Life and Well-Being Research, talked about by Patrick Harrison on pages 1900 to 1902. It explains some of the flaws with digital platforms. People typically experience enjoyment when they engage in a satisfying activity. This activity may fulfill basic needs such as physiological, safety, belongingness, and esteem needs, or higher order needs such as curiosity and spirituality. Nevertheless, need fulfillment in and of itself does not always elicit feelings of joy. We do not need these empty feelings of joy just from watching videos all day. And it's this sort of emotional vulnerability that I can completely relate to as someone who's done nothing but that during this pandemic. Now, a counter-argument to all of this is that we have means of watching these shows that we may never be able to watch again, that have gone off the air, maybe in different countries, or are events that we could never go to because of our income. Pay-per-view is the perfect example of what good can come from this method of convenience. It's been going on for decades now. And one such person who's looked into how big the pay-per-view business is Alan Dawson, Insider's combat sports correspondent, who illustrated the fact that the biggest sale numbers for 55 best-selling pay-per-view fight nights in history, with the highest grossing one being 4.6 million. And that couldn't even compare to the amount that attended itself. It eclipsed it several thousand-fold. So we have to realize that there is some convenience to this, but we can't overexpose ourselves to it lest it become oversaturated. I've talked a lot about things right now. I've thrown a lot of information, allowed you to consider the flaws of technology, as well as giving you mental images of what you should do within dire times, especially when it comes to gaining enjoyment. We've talked about how society should not fully focus on convenience, but instead focus on how to better engage people, even amidst this dark times. Second, that everything has faults and glitches, and if we become so reliant on this, we will slowly be unable to enjoy things outside of that time frame and outside of that frame. And that even amidst horrible personal issues and large global pandemics, we can find solace in each other and find entertainment that isn't solely locked behind a paywall. We have dealt with so much this year, and it's never going to stop until we realize that we can fight this all together. Gaining entertainment should not be wholly blocked out by these paywalls, and we can't blame mass corporations for their overflowing of technology. We need to realize that we can't allow this artificial form of entertainment to slowly feel organic to us.